Good day, folks. So I'm here watching providing commentary for Jason and the game between Jason and I. I'm playing Kith, which I don't typically play Kith, but I gave Jason a chance. We played a few games this night, and he got to pick what he wanted to play, and I beat him as Cortez and Nazdrag. So I was going to play this, and they start in pure Packmaster Kith fashion and play a raid first turn after he had the initiative. I have a Siren in my hand. I have Packmasters, and I think I have either a Rogue Trader and either two Void Pirates or a Rogue Trader and a Void Pirate. I can't remember which. We'll see in a few minutes here. I didn't have a lot of units. I had the Siren, which I'm going to play next because I want to put it on Planet 1. And he played a Death from Above to get a 1/5 mobile unit and to play on that last planet there. So there's the Siren. I don't know what a good Kith hand looks like, but I kept this one because it had the Rogue Traders and it had the Choke and it had Siren in it, honestly. So Jason's deck is a hard one to play against because he has so many command hammers on his units. It's insane. You'll see this. If you watched the Cortez video, you saw that I managed to lock him out of a lot of cases. That's not the case here. He ends up having a lot of cards. One thing he hasn't done is I've played against this deck a bit, and he has a lot of command icon units, but he has low hit units, big hit point units, but low attack. And so we had talked, and he hadn't changed the deck very much, but he's going to put in some larger attack units into the deck. So because when it comes to combat, he can hold his own, but then there's a critical point where it folds. Gift of Isha is his go-to card, but he only has 3 of them, of course. So he has problems if he doesn't have a gift in his hand, because his units just don't hit for very much, other than his signature squad, which I've managed to. I don't know if he saw any of this game. So there's a Chimera Masters. And he always gets that signature support for Baharroth, the one that you exhaust when a mobile unit moves to give it +2 to its next, +2 to its next attack. So he gets that a lot. I don't know why he plays with Promethean Mines, because he has plenty of resources. He gains so many resources, it's insane. You can tell by my sleeves that I'm paired with Chaos, so eventually some Chaos cards will come out, but I honestly can't remember where they come out. So he's settled. I think I go to 2, and he goes to 2 as well. And then for some reason he moves away. Oh, I think because he didn't want to put up with Kith and the Chimera. I win on 1 and 2, and he wins on 4 and 5. See, and then he mobiles because he wants to remove damage from a unit that I don't think he has any damage on. But he mobiles to get out of the battle, and he doesn't want to go to Planet 1. So I win Planet 1. I get to look at the top 3 cards, and I think I look at 2 raids and a 3rd card, if I remember correctly. And I'm like, 2 raids? I've already played 1. So I take the 3rd card. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was an Archon's Terror. Yeah, it was an Archon's Terror, actually. So at this point, I'm kind of worried about not having any units. I have a Clayvox War Leader in my hand as well, but obviously I can't play that right now. And then, yeah. He kills off my Rogue Trader. I don't bother trying to do anything. It seems fruitless to Archon's Terror, the survivalist. Oh, he does route somebody. He does route Siren. Oh, no. I moved Siren over to plant him, and then he routed her. I missed that. That was my misplay there. But there was really nothing I could do about it. He was going for the route of whoever I moved anyways, probably. So, I apologize now for the Traxxas Sector Warcast watermark being up on the top. I'll keep that in mind as we record these videos in the future. I was trying to keep all 5 planets in the camera, and I was forgetting that the emblem takes up the center. I have fun playing against Jason. He's a great guy. He laughs a lot. We laugh a lot together. Sometimes the combos are just silly. And the reason I'm doing this commentary for this one, the audio is really loud. So this is later in the night after the Cortez one, where the Cortez one I managed to minimize the crowd noise, and you could still hear Jason and me speaking. But in this one, the crowd noise is even louder. So I want to provide some commentary. In the future, I hope to have both players provide commentary to the game for these videos. Bloody Reavers come out. Always a good threat to pose against a Warlord, especially when I have initiative. Baharroth is only a 6, and that'll come into play here. But it's quite cool how he's gotten Baharroth to work a lot better than I have. That being said, I don't know that he's won very many games, but mine fail hard. Not only am I not drawing cards, but I'm also not winning combat. So the Chaos card that I have in my hand is a Dire Mutation, and I'm trying to think, where should I play this? I do end up playing the Rotten Plague Bearers there, and then I think I move him. Yeah, I think I move him over because he's got a Rogue Pirate or a Rogue Trader on the other planet. A Roid Pirate. A Void Pirate is what I meant to say, of course. And then there's the cost reducer for Eldar. He's got these cost reducers, and he's got the Prometheum mine, but maybe that's a change he could make to the deck. We've been playing with this deck of his for a couple weeks now. I don't know what I'm thinking about here. Oh, okay, that's the Hellion Gang, the flyer, 2/2 flyer, 1 command icon. So I've canceled his command, but he then promptly plays a promotion on the survivalist, or not. Does he promote somebody else? Oh, he does something. Oh, okay, yeah. See, he just plays more command icons. It gets silly. I don't think I win too many commands here, other than the first planet. This game goes a little long. It goes all the way to the turn 4. This is turn 2. It goes to turn 4, so it's not too much, but it's an exciting finish. For those of you who are interested, we are going to be having a local tournament here, and I'll be posting maybe 1 or 2 more videos of those tables in early next week before Gen Con. I will be probably not recording any games during Gen Con because of the volume of people and the breadth. But if given the opportunity, and Stephen Woolley from Team Covenant is there to help me, or sorry, Jonathan Woolley is there to help me, then hey, why not, right? So I went to Aatrox Prime because I wanted to kill off some of his guys, and I had already clearly won Planet 1, so I was going to be able to move another unit, and I think I moved the Bloody Reavers over to Planet 2. Still hoping to draw the Chimera Den, but as you see, I have 1 resource, and he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 resources, so he's got plenty of money. And again, he moves his warlord out of harm's way. He does not like being in combat with him, and I think that might be the way to play Baharroth. Baharroth gets into combat when he chooses to, right? When there are units there, and that's where I think that some of Jason's units could be made. The unit choices he has, I think he has to go for some bigger attack units. So. Oh yeah, what was I doing? Oh, I moved the Blooded Reavers all the way over there. Okay then. I don't know what else. Oh, I was wanting to get into combat with his warlord. I wanted to at least smack Baharroth around a little bit. So I wanted to do a little bit of that, and then I trigger Aatrox, and I think I hit, yeah, Planet 5. You can't see it, unfortunately, in the... oh, actually, you know what? I will take that off so that you guys can see what's happening. And I managed to kill the Rogue Trader with the Aatrox Prime. I think he takes 1 damage. It's not hard to set up the camera. It's not hard to set up the view. It's hard to remember that there's a big fracking light behind me, and I need to play the cards to my left instead of to my right, where I'm used to having them near the deck. So that was a big deal. With Kotezgam, you couldn't see my staging ground or my signature support card because the light coming off the card sleeves was just so bright. This is played at Total Escape Games in Broomfield, Colorado. I managed to hit Baharroth a couple of times with the Rotten Plague Bearers. Just one, ping, ping, ping. And I think he ends up leaving with 3 damage on him between Aatrox Prime and 2 Plague Bearer shots. Plague Bearers obviously go away. I used a dire mutation there to shield 1. I take 1, and then I take an action to hit Baharroth. Plague Bearers are good for pinging this stuff. I appreciated the fact I didn't need initiative. I could just, spit at them or fart in their general direction. Oh, that's right. He did prevent it. So he wanted to trigger Aatrox to kill the people on Aatrox, but he can't quite do that. So instead, he hit my HQ. And I don't know why I did this. I had the Archons there. I shielded the Void Pirate. I think I just wanted more cards because I had a handful of 4s and 3s. And typically in a Kith deck, right, if you've played it, you probably have the resources. But he had just done such an excellent job of shutting me down that I had no resources, that I had nothing going on. So at this point, I've got green and 2 blue. Obviously, the red planet doesn't win me the game. I'm looking at planet 2 at this point, trying to set up for planet 2, and I have just an ungodly number of cards that I really can't play. There's some units, some low-costed units, but I only have 5 resources. So I sack. Yeah, I sack my Chimera to do the signature event of Kith, the Pact of Homunculi, and I get a Cry of the Wind. I draw 2 cards, another Clavex War Leader, which I cannot play yet, and I think I got another Bloody War Reavers or maybe a Hellion Gang. He has a stupid amount of. He plays the 6 coster over on the outside. Unfortunately, you can't see it on the video. Oh, there he is. He brings it into Aatrox Prime. So that's the 3/5 flyer who's going to put up a heck of a fight. But again, he moves it. He chooses. He doesn't know what's going. Oh yeah, because Siren would have tapped him. That's what it was. Or I would have used Siren to exhaust that unit. For those of you out there, remember when you're at Nationals, you got to remember those reactions. That's something I've been practicing for the last week or so. That in casual games and store championships, I don't mind reminding people, are you going to do that? Are you going to, or maybe I even just assume that they're going to take the reaction, so I place them out there exhausted because I make that assumption. And I think that's perfectly okay. On the nationals level, on the regionals, nationals, and worlds level, there's going to be no reminding of anybody. I had a lot of decision making here because I had 2s, 2s and 3s in my hand, so I had to decide which one unit I was going to play. I wanted to try to win command, but it was really hard. I wanted to win that first planet. That's two resources on the first planet, so I could play a Clavex, but I could beat his 3 command icons. And he has a pattern. Like I don't know how many people do this with Baharroth, but he had a pattern of going to 2, so he had. He could actually go to 1 and get into combat with his mobile trait. And so he would go to 2, so he had a selection of 3 planets to go to, right? 1 being planet 1. So we did that a lot. I have a lot of cards, but not a lot to play. I do have the Torture -2 attack attachment. But again, I have 1 resource. He has 6, I have 1. I don't think he has any cards in his hand. Yeah, he has no cards in his hand. So he's played them all out, and I'm stuck holding on to him. I get up and let a buddy by. This is the fun and scenarios of recording in a tightly confined space. The store actually has a lot of space, but there's 2 tables that are just close enough together that a person can't walk behind between the tables if 2 people are sitting back to back. It just doesn't allow for that. So the game is growing at Total Escape. We've got more people coming in and asking about it, seeing us play, seeing us record. They're getting a little bit more interested. the store has made more than a few sales of the core set, so I'm excited to see more people playing the game. I think at one point here you see one of the Netrunner players, a good guy by the name of Owen. He kind of sticks his head in and looks at the game, and you see it comes up on camera. So I play the signature event, the Agonizer of Bren. So he's going to have the Bloodied Reavers are going to have +2 attack here in 2 shakes, because I'll have the Chimera with the commitment of Kith. So with a Warlord there, that Bloodied River is going to be a 6/2. Now, I probably made him, well, it was strategic. I wanted to scare him away from Planet 1, so that I could maybe 4/2, 6/2 with the Warlord. I wanted to scare him away from Planet 1, so maybe I could kill some of his guys there, kill some of his card draw with the Survivalist, but I think he goes to 1. And there's me kicking the camera, so that's all good. So yeah, he kind of goes back and forth on his decision here. I think I end up going to 3. Oh no, I went to 1. Look at that. And he goes with his mobile unit. Now he's got the signature attachment as well, so he can attack somewhere else, but he has to be in a combat to do that. And so he has to have someone to attack at the planet where he is in order to attack someone at another planet, and he doesn't have that right now. He doesn't have it anywhere, and that's why I think I went to 1, because I wanted to deprive him of being able to use that knife, use that blade. That's a corner case blade, man. It takes a lot of setup. I've played with it. I've been excited when it's in my hand, and I've played it, and eventually, ultimately, I don't think I've ever attacked anybody next door. It's been really kind of a bummer. But he does manage to use it next turn. So what he did do is he exhausted the Ashen Sky. He exhausted the Ashen Sky to give his mobile unit +2 attack. And again, this is a casual game, so he's thinking and rethinking his mobile. And Baharroth is off screen, so we move the cards a little bit. Yeah, it's his initiative, so I keep asking him, do you have actions? Because I have all these cards in my hand, but I can't play any. He's just the opposite. He's got very few cards, but all kinds of resources. So we're kind of pinching each other in all the wrong ways. And again, I've got an Archon's Terror. I think I use it this turn. No, I think I hang on to it because I'm in a good spot, combat-wise. But he has to take out the Reavers because they're hitting for 6. So now I think he made a tactical mistake there, because now his Warlord is exhausted, and I have 6 points of attack yet to come. while he only has 2 points. So he can take out the Chimera. So I think I attack with the Chimera first. Yep, I hit him, and I'm just going for Warlord because there's no, the other units are so small. It just makes the Warlord a much bigger target. One unit we both agreed he should have in his deck is the Wild Rider Squadron. I don't think he has any in his deck. The Wild Rider Squadron is a tough, big hit unit. Oh, and he protects his guy. But again, he's only hitting for 1. And he's going for Kith because I think that's really all he can hope to do, is scare me away from battle as well. So I've got 2 Clavexes, a couple of the ranged Dark Eldar units, but it's bloodied. I bloody Baharroth, and here comes the red bar of bloodiness. That's an effect I added into the video. I think it's pretty cool. So he's considering his options. I think he decides he's going to stay and then try to take me out. Ironically, I played the Ragnar. I played Ragnar in 1 regional. So yeah, I Archon's Terror, the big guy, because he's going to survive just about everything I can throw at him. So I get him out of there because his 5 hit points are too much for me I'm too uncomfortable with his 5 hit points. So I decide I want him to go away. But I played Ragnar, and I've done a lot more Warlord bloodying and killing playing not Ragnar, playing other Warlords. Nazdrag, Kotez. Nazdrag and Kotez have been the primary ones that I've been playing lately. So I win another planet, a red one. It doesn't really matter. But now we're down to 4. And as you can see, again, I only have 5 resources, while he has 8. Now, Planet 1 wins me the game, but so does Planet 2. So I'm thinking here, I'm just going to let him have 1. Let him have 1, right? Give that to him. I'm also at this point kind of scared because he has so many resources, and this might be the point in the game where you're like, oh, okay, I have the 2nd icon. How am I going to get the 3rd? So I'm kind of putting all my money into Aatrox Prime. I want him to have to fight for 1, to have to put his resources there. So I'm not going to give it to him on the easiest, easy path to that victory. So I want him to have to protect 1, while I'm going to commit to 2. Yeah, here he's really stuck. He doesn't. I don't know that he knows exactly what to do. I don't know what is in his hand either. So, yeah, he plays the Warp Spiders. I have initiative, so he almost has to go to 1. Yeah, and that's what he does. He goes to 1, and I go to 1 with a brutal. I have the Khorne Berserker there, so he's going to do a bit of damage. And again, he has a 1 hitter, a 1 attack, and he has Baharroth, which with a 1 attack. Now this is where the blade he comes in. It comes in pretty useful for him. I start going, uh-oh, wait, I need him to, because he doesn't attack the Berserker with Baharroth. It's actually the perfect setup had it not gone so had Baharroth, if Baharroth wasn't bloodied, this would have been very dangerous for me. He could have cleared out Planet 2 by just, attacking with his low hit units to Khorne Berserker, and yes, they'd go down, and Khorne Berserker would take 1 damage and hit for 3, but then he would get to attack Baharroth. He'd get to attack any of those units over there. Particularly, he might get to attack Kith. So he was going to, I think that's what he does. And that's when I realized, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. So I'm like, oh, shoot. So now, where are my shields? How many shields do I need to protect myself? Oh, no, this could be bad. And I think I have 1 shield, but I kind of don't want to use it. Maybe I have a 2 shield protection. Oh, that's right. Maybe I have that in there in my hand. Berserker, I realize, can't really do much, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack Baharroth because I think he's my biggest threat, and he's the win, right? I'm going to put pressure on him to protect Baharroth. He does 1, but then he gets to look at our cards. He gets to look at the cards. But again, that's a reaction that he didn't take, and I didn't notice it that first time. I remind him that, yes, the Berserker is brutal. He's like, yes, I know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know. He attacks with somebody. That's when I shield 2 of the 3. Oh, he attacks with the big flyer. So now I hit for 4. So now I'm just sitting there just chomping at the bit to hit Baharroth. So he shields for 1, takes 3. So he's at 4. Baharroth has 5 hit points. All I have to do is 1 more point of damage, and Baharroth dies. And I win the game. However, he keeps hitting. Rightly so. He thinks he has the game in hand, or at least this battle in hand. So now he remembers to trigger the card discard. So he wins the planet, goes back to HQ, and at this point I realize, wait a minute, I'm about to have a combat at Aatrox Prime. I'm about to deal damage to everybody at HQ. And I ask him, do you have a shield card? And he stops and he goes, what, huh? That was a fun game. Yeah, that was fun. So, yeah. And he discarded the Foretell to protect, and he had a Doom in his hand. He had shields coming up, but I had nothing. I had units. Fun game with Jason. As they always are. Thanks for listening.